Hello viewers, I hope you are doing great. So today in this video I am going to demonstrate the whole logic of the productivity app. This is for our every stakeholders of the project. So basically this product will be coming under the Diamond Plan I believe in the Masterstroke online platform. So, how the app will help? The app will help to track their team members' productivity by giving some logics, by setting up some logics by the main user, and based on that main users and based on that validations, those add-on users will be giving the points, and based on that, they will get the user points, and they will be on the top of leaderboard, bottom of the leaderboard, middle of the leaderboard, and etc. etc. So, so how the things will be working? So basically, this is the screen that we are looking right now is a main user. That means in the organization, the main user is basically that user who will be responsible enough to set the all check the all recent activity of the add-on users, and also set the settings, edit the settings, get all the updates from the users and all. So, there is basically three tabs. One is the recent activity logs kind of thing, and the third one is settings. So, I'm going one by one. So, first is the dashboard. So, dashboard, those are the feel good factors basically, time, date, and etc. etc. So, being a main user, you can also register your activity and get the activity pointers. So, on clicking on this, you will get this kind of form. So this form is basically based on your settings. You can select some activity name. You can select some the activity type will be auto fetched based on that new activity, and you can put so the date and time will be auto fetched. Let's say suppose currently it's 20th of October 2024. It's now 6:40 almost. So 6:40 date and time will be fetched here, but the user can change the date and time as per their need, but obviously the validation should be there. There should be a cutoff date and time. So not before that date and time, no user can log any data within the system. So those validations will be set by the main user, and this activity drop down is also will be set by the main user. And this is the selected items that the this is a pre-fetched item basically. This value is dependent on this value, and you can just type your details like for what you have done so far for which you are claiming that point only. So once you will get the data entry, you will be redirected on the screen where the log screen actually. So your log will be registered, right? So those are the factors. It's a total point. Total point logic is basically the total points that on an organization top level basis, total of your add-on users are accumulating based on that since inception. So those are the total points. Okay, and this is up from the last week. That means in the last week maybe it was 1000. Sorry, it was 9000 something, but it has been upshoot in this week. So this is showing the total points, right? um, I believe it will be better to show here in the weekly basis format, right? So leaderboard. So leaderboard is basically the point accumulation. As per the point accumulation logic, the leaderboards will be generated. First five leaderboards will be shown here. The tenure of the leaderboard, I will discuss it later, because you can also set the tenure or the time period for which the leaderboard will be shown here. And on the last, not the last actually, if you are in 12, if you are in 10, so first after that first five, your position will be shown here like this. Now this is the recent activity logs. So first five will be shown here. So what we are showing here is basically the ID, the basic ID, the designation name, the DPs, the display pictures, designations, date. Date means in which date and times stamp this person is logging their productivity points, for which type they are claiming the point, entry. Acha, okay. So here is basically three types of entry will be allowed. Let's say suppose you have done something, so you're registering in the system that point one, so it will be treated as add. With the validation, you can also edit and delete it. So on the delete, it should be shown as a red, and on edit, it will be shown as a yellowish type of thing. So edit means you can modify your registered points, but obviously in the stipulated time frame. And every time when this thing will be revised, so the total points will be shown here. Okay. So at a glance, you are seeing all the data at the same time. But obviously, latest five data will be shown here. But if you just click on View More, you will get details of the all logs. Here you are showing notes, total points, how much scored it has been here, and all. So all the informations are here. Not only that, we have given the sorting option here also, the date, wherever it is relevant and applicable. Entry part also add. First add will be shown, then edit will be shown, then delete will be shown, and vice versa for the descending order. In the scores also, we are showing here the scores and the revised pointers as well. In the notes we are showing also, and on hover we will show the rest, or on the click we will show the total notes. But yes, first two lines it will be shown here. If we apply filter over here, then we have implemented lots of filters here. That means user selection. If you want to see only iron users selection basis pointers, then they can filter it out. You can see only add, only edit, only delete. Those will be the single select options, and there will be period of like weekly. Weekly means this week's data. Monthly means this month's data, and if you select daily, so that day's data will be shown here. But if you select custom, then you will be having the option to select from and to from there. And if you select done, like go, so the filter will be applied here. And if you reset it, then the filter will be vanished, and you can export it. Please mind that this export is only for Excel CSV download only. Okay. So we have also implemented paginations here, so the list will be sorted latest by oldest. Okay. So this is done. Our next part is user registration, point registration trend. Point registration trend means how the user is registering the points in this graph. If you hover on this graph, then on the every single tips, this data will be shown. And not only that, you can just filter it out. Let's suppose there is the addition, means how much this user has edited their points. It is showing the graph, from which date to which date. There is also a deletion graph, there is also the addition graph, so those will be also shown here based on that filter. Now we have covered almost 50 to 60%. Now I am going to demonstrate. Okay. See, so basically, if you click on this, you can see that this points history. Let's say suppose the notes you are not showing here. If you click on these three dots, then you can see the notes, and after that, you can see the history also. History means means how many times you have edited it. So let's say suppose we have 14 points, and after that they have registered something 31 points. So 31 minus 14 is 17 points. So the net total is 17. So next activity is basically, so they have got 17 points right now. So let's say suppose there is a 31 point. So 17 minus 34 is basically minus 17 points. So edit is possible for minus and plus. Edit is also is it's actually a cumulative number that we are showing based on addition and subtraction. So every time this operation will be happen, we will be registering logs, and while edit it can be plus, it can be minus, but for deletion it will be always minus. Okay. So so in this way we are showing the logs and the details history. Now I am coming to, so this is the detailed log. I have also shown it. So now I am coming to the settings part. So settings is basically, so we have two settings. One is custom settings and another is the general settings. So I am showing one by one. So let's say suppose, so those are the custom settings. So what is custom settings? If you could remember in the add activity, uh, I have told that so these settings will be done by the admin only, and you can select from the drop down option. So how the drop down will be addressed or generated? So this is the form where we are setting the activity settings. You will type here the activity name, that activity type you will type here. The frequency will be chosen from the drop down. It may be daily, weekly, monthly, like that, yearly. And you will be restricting or not restricting, you will be defining the rules. What should be the activity points that the user will get if they choose the activity, that activity, okay, per activity, how much points the system will give the user. So where this is the part, this is the place where you can put the you know the points, and what should be the maximum point. So the concept of maximum point is, let's say suppose, so this is a business in lakhs kind of activity, okay. And we have a BDM who has an excellent domain knowledge, and uh, they are just passing the goal, the target. So so maybe if activity, each activity will cost 50 points, okay. So in a year, if they will and I am setting up the 500 maximum points. So in a month, maybe this person, this guy, has bought almost 20 business in lakhs kind of activity. So it will reach the top value within a month or a 2 months. So what will happen is, they will just there will not be any validations to put the values. So that's why the admin will set that which is the maximum points that a user can accumulate selecting that activity, right? So so let's say suppose I am setting up the 50 points per activity, and the maximum is 500. So they can register up to 10, not more than this, but obviously less than this. But minimum point should also have in a system. Let's suppose 20 points, let's say suppose 60 points, obviously 60 will be the minimum. So one user must be added with a minimum points to showcase themselves on a leaderboard, okay. So once the ad settings will be done, so here you can see this will be added latest by oldest. So there will be like kind of things. So if you edit it, then you can edit it as well. So please remind that the settings will be changed again and again. But if the system will be changed, the previous data will be same as it is. But obviously um, settings will be changed obviously, but based on that, up to that, whatever settings that have been done, based on that the system will work. But after changing the settings, the system will work again based on that new rule, but the previous data ones will not be changed, it will be intact as it is. Now I'm coming to the general settings part, which is pretty interesting. So basically, we have three general settings. From there only, if you just select this drop down, you will be redirected into that settings, general settings. So being a main user, you can include yourself in a leaderboard. That is up to you. If you want to showcase yourself, your points based on the leaderboard, you can do that. Leaderboard period settings, yes, obviously this leaderboard, it is, this tenure will be configurable. How you can configure that, you just put it on. You can choose it's a monthly, weekly, or something. You can also set the custom date range also to set that data. This tenure to this tenure only, this leaderboard will be shown. So based on that settings only, the leaderboard will be shown here. So the logic, the basic logic that the admin can set from here. And the last one is the allowed backdated log setting. So as I mentioned, that, let's say suppose I have done one work but I forget to register it to the application. 2 months back I maybe recorded that I have done this. So there will be a backdated log settings will be there. So that, let's say suppose I have set it 30 days. So if I have done this meeting 2 months back, and I'm trying to register this log right now in the system, mentioning the date 2 months back, 2 days to 2 months back, then this log will not be registered here because the admin has set it that cutoff range as 30 days. Okay. So those are the three basic modules that we need to develop. We intend to develop. The total points, we're assuming that it is the past week data, past weeks, like weekly data to be shown in the total points. So yes, and the search one is a global search. If the user wants to do global search from that logs data, it will be shown here. Similarly, the same concept we have in our mobile app also. Let me showcase you the mobile app also. So here also we have two flow. One is for main user flow and another is for add-on users flow. So I'm showing first the main user flow, which will cover eventually all the things. So we have right now the case histories we have right now. A mobile app for the masterstroke, which is built in native technology. So this app we have right now in the Play Store, so an App Store. So we are intending to have a card here like productivity tracker. Once I will click here, so as I'm a main user, I can see those splash screens, and after the splash screens, we will be redirected into that landing page, which is pretty similar of the web app. If you just side by side you will open it, you can see, so those are pretty similar. So I'm going through one by one the things. So basically the total pointers will be showing in the weekly basis. The feel good factors like time and date. There is an activity button and the leaderboard, which is configurable by the main user, and also the user point logging trend, addition, subtractions, and all, deletion, addition, and addition all. Based on that single select user, you can see the graphs based on that. And if you select custom, then within that custom period, you can filter it out the graphs also. So this is for the addition. There will be addition and subtraction. You can see yourself in the leaderboard if you opt to showcase yourself, your data within the leaderboard as a main user. And also there is some recent activity logs. I have shown three. If you wish to see the logs here, you can see that. um, all the edit history will be shown here, and delete history also will be shown here in a dynamic manner. So if you click on the view more, then you can see automatically this tab is redirected to that tab only. Here you can, what you can do is basically the recent point activity logs. You can search here, sort here, filter here. The filters are will be very generic as per the web. And if you click here reset, then the filter will be option will be vanished, and the Excel one will be downloaded as a CSV format. So if you click on there also, you can see the details. And the basic difference is here we are not showing the details. Here we are not showing the details, just the card and the basic information, and we are showing the details here, note details here from there. If you wish to see the point logging history, you can also see that based on that every cards basically. Now there is a quick addition button. It's a visit wizard where from that main user also add their activities from here by selecting the drop down. It will be auto fetched based on that new activity. The date and time will be prefaced, but if the user wish to backdate log it, they can log it. But the validation should be there. They can enter details, and based on that add entry, it will be added here. Now it's time for seeing the settings, which is the main part. We have a drop down like general. We have a drop down like custom. From the mobile, you can see you can edit it. Once it will be deleted, it will be deleted. But if you wish to edit it, you can also edit it. The pop-up will be open like add form, so you'll type here the activity name, the activity type, the frequency, activity points, maximum and minimum points. So as I have mentioned, same as webflow, it should be shown here, but it will be a floating icon. As you can see, the same functionality will be there if you click on the edit button. Deletion, obviously, this thing will be deleted, but it will not create any impact of the previous past created data. Now I'm switching on the general part. General is basically you can exclude or include yourself as a main user in the leaderboard. If you can just make it off, then it will be off. The backdated log settings will be off. If you allow it, then you have to mention how much backdate you are allowing for your user. And the leaderboard period settings, obviously, you can make it on and off. It will be by default on, and it will be by default. It will be this month's data will be shown here. But if you make it on, then you can make the settings here. So this is the flow for the main users. But I am also showing you the error users data also. So how the error users will be seeing that I am showing you. So this is the view for add-on users. The pretty similar, right, for the add-on users. But if you click here, you will get some graphics, and based on that, your name will be shown here, your designations and your ID will be shown here. After that, the total points that the organization has been accumulated. It may vary. I will decide it later. It may be the points that I have accumulated within a week, not the basis of organization, and how much means in which positions you are right now in the leaderboard. It will be shown here also, just the position one, and the deviations, how much deviations had been happened, how much deviations it has been happening in terms of points, it will be shown. Leaderboard, the same leaderboard will be shown that the main users is showing, means the leaderboard will be common for every users. So you have, as a main user, you had the option to filter the users, but as a main user, you have the option to select the your only points, see the only points based on the custom trend. And also my point logging history, the points, the entry type kind of, and when it was logged, and total revised points will be shown here. And you can export it as well in the Excel format. You can filter it out, you can sort it out, and you can reset it, the options. Now you can see there was four options, because setting was not there in the add-on users platform. So on click, if you see the you know the all recent activity logs, latest by oldest, and if you click on there, you can edit it, delete it, or check the details. Being a main user, you cannot edit or modify someone's log. You can just view it. But as a add-on users, I can obviously edit my logs, but based on that settings, and I can also delete the logs, and those logs will be shown in the main users platform. And obviously, this is the edit add form. As the main user settings, you can add it. It will be prefetched based on that settings. The logs will be also fetched as per the current date and time, but you can obviously backdate log it, and you can enter the details. Thank you.